checking.
That's good because I'm out of beer.
That is such a sad state to be in. So I guess let's get this sad week started.
Right?
So
Yeah.
tempers have flared in our first short track race of the season for both series.
Yeah. Yeah. My tempers.
I don't think yours were the only ones flaring, but I definitely think they contributed.
I think mine topped everybody's though.
Yes, I would say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Nashville was a very, very fun race. That was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a, bottom feeder and single file. I thought it was going to be kind of a pain in the ass to pass. And it really wasn't. I mean, it was very multi-grooved. And I don't know. I had a very unique line, and I was just, blowing the doors off of people on exit. But it was very, very. It was a. As you can see right there, that was kind of the start of it all. But no, it was a handful for sure because I was downshifting into the corners. Probably 6 to 10 laps after, restarts, new tires, whatever. But yeah, everybody was fighting tight, and I was looser than shit.
How'd you draw that lucky straw then?
Shifting. Everybody else left it fourth.
I suppose that'll do it.
Yeah. But no, like I said, it was a very fun race. Yes, tempers heated up, but God, I love short tracks, man. I really do. And I mean, I definitely showed it. I mean, I had 0 laps, and I was the second fastest car, but I was the fastest car ultimately. And I don't know, it came down to the late race restart and strategy, and trying to do the opposite of the leader, and obviously didn't work out for me, but that's all right. Yeah, I'll take 2 points races off and come back to another short track at Martinsville.
Yeah, I mean the timing is it gets you out of Dover, which is going to be interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
And you will be coming back once again to a short track, which fun thing. But again, tempers will need to be in check because that's the first of 5 weeks. Then you'll be on probationary status. Then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Gotta.
Yep. Very much so.
But I mean,
But,
Martinsville though, that's a fun place.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't remember who won that one. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but yeah. I mean, it's gonna be fun. That's for sure. I'll be running there for both series, so I'll be back in both.
Yeah, are both of them? I don't remember now. Are both of them daytime under the lights split? I can't remember.
That's a good question. Let me pull that up real quick. Yes, they are both night races.
Awesome. That is. I love Martinsville under the lights. That was great last year.
It really was. Yeah, it's I mean it for Martinsville it was full of grip, but if that's a thing there, I guess. It was about as grippy as it could be for being Martinsville.
Right.
But yeah, no, that was a blast last year. So it'll be a little bit different with these Xfinity cars there. A lot more power, less downforce, but trucks though, I'd see how this tire model works there with it, but as far as handling goes, I mean, there you can see right there. I would just,
Yeah, just hanging on.
oh yeah, no, not even hanging on, man. Just giving her the beans. That was actually me driving frustrated because I had gotten into Corey first thing, and then accidentally spun out Ed, I believe. And it's just because I don't know, man. These short tracks, I can get into the corner a lot deeper than others, and obviously, you know, it kind of bites me a little bit. But yeah, man, you know, I can be really hard on them brakes and then but make it work, you know. So I don't know. Short tracks have always kind of been my thing. They take a while to figure out, but once you do, man, it's a blast. So it'll be fun. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about people. So
Hey, you know, that's fine. I mean, we don't need to carry over the bad blood from the weekend or from the
yeah,
week's racing, but
yeah, yeah. You know, it shit was done and said that I may not regret per se, but
definitely should have
yeah,
been taken care of in other forums.
yeah, a little bit. I mean, oh yeah, definitely should have, but um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, you know, if I had to say I regret one of the two, it'd probably be the Thursday night one, um, because this one I wholeheartedly do not at all. Um, you know, I honestly I don't even really consider me wrecking him. I didn't hit him that hard. um, but you know, I'm the one that made that call, so um, yeah, you know, I don't know.
I mean, it comes down to, you know, we gotta hold ourselves accountable. You know,
Oh yeah,
it's
oh yeah,
that the rule book is there for a reason, and nobody's above the rule book. So
that's right.
when shit goes down, even if we make the lesser of the judgments, then you know, we got to pay the price for it.
Yep, very much so.
As unfortunate as that is sometimes, but that's the way it works.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but you know, like I said though, you know, I was really surprised at how the racing was. You know, yeah, we only had about like 10 cars I think on track here at Nashville, but um man, it was very fun. Um you know, I can't believe I was getting the high line rolling as good as I was. Um you know, and then of course, you know, you start making it work and then others see it and you know, they start taking it and
Oh yeah,
um
anybody paying attention, doesn't take long to figure out. Hey, that guy's faster than me, and he's not running the same line I am.
yeah. But it was so funny, man. I mean, I know people were getting frustrated because you know, even they would even, you know, take that line and try and start using it and I'd still just kind of blow their doors off. But it was just cuz I was shifting and they weren't, you know. Um and I tell you what, there is a bump on the exit of turn 2 right on that yellow line. Oh, man. Worst worst bump, I would say, probably out of any NASCAR track on iRacing. It just shoots you straight up to the wall, man. I mean, it feels like you've got basketballs for tires and you just bounce up towards the wall. I mean, it's just bad. But yeah. Yeah, you know, I don't know. It's I don't really know, man. I you know, I just it is what it is, I guess. I don't really have nothing to say. You know,
I
for once, I really don't.
and
You know,
I wasn't there for the race. I didn't really end up watching the race live. You know, I went back and watched some of the broadcast, but you know, didn't get the live commentary, so I didn't really get a flavor of the pulse of the race other than just the post race comments that were made.
yeah, yeah. The shit you say in the heat of the moment.
Exactly. You know, once the helmet comes off, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I tell you what, man. I went back and listened to my interview after my little incident with the 37. Both times actually. Once after or once during the stage end and once, you know, the other time being at the end of the race or my race anyways. Cuz I just parked it afterwards, but you would have thought it was Tony Stewart out there, man. You know, it just
Heat of the moment, just
yeah.
let it all come out.
That was about as nice as I could have put it. But yeah, yeah, you know, I don't know. There's only so many times you can get put in the wall in a race before you end up losing your cool, especially at a short track.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, and I dealt with it. The last time was the third time. You know, and never had an issue with anybody else. You know, yeah, I messed up a couple times, once with Corey and once with Ed, but I owned up to them. At least one of them. The other one may have been my fault, but I don't think I owned up to that one. Sorry, Ed. But um, yeah, no, you know it. Yeah, there's only so many hits you can take in a race by the same person, especially the person that you know suspect things from, and I don't want to really get into that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
fair
you
enough.
know,
I mean, it's been dealt with, so we don't really need to go into it. And
yep,
you know,
exactly. But
the situation has been handled, and the parties involved are aware of what's going on. So
yep, pretty much. But yeah, no, you know, like I said, it was a very fun race. I'm glad Hanrada talked me into throwing it on the schedule. Um, I didn't expect it to be as fun as it was. You know, there was a lot of grooves that you could work with. Um, you know,
yeah, it seemed
but
like it wasn't just like, you know, some short tracks are getting they get uh, they get that kind of one groove feel of like if you don't run this line, you're gonna get freight trained or you're gonna get, you know, passed pretty easily.
hmm
And then you either have to, you know, get lucky that somebody screws up or use the bumper or, you know, just get a really good run and try to muscle them into the next corner into the favored line. You know, at least it
yep,
seemed like here, just from observation, you know, everybody could take the line they wanted and both parties could make decent speed out of it. So it kept it
yep.
a little bit more competitive than, you know, a one groove track per se.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and I don't know. You know, I had done a little bit of testing before the start of the season here, um, and it very much felt like a one groove racetrack. You know, of course I was by myself, but uh, no, you know, like I said, I don't know if maybe it was just the conditions, um, either track state, you know, weather, whatever. Um, but something definitely, you know, clicked with the track, and yeah, it just I don't know, man, it suit my driving style so good. Um, you know, I wish things would have ended differently. Obviously, not meant to be. Um, but yeah, you know, I'll take it. You know, I definitely, you know, ran up front and took the lead quite a few times. You know, so
Yeah,
something that I think I
you
needed.
definitely proved your position and your, you know, status of being up front and being one of the contenders and front runners this season, so that's definitely not lost on the situation at hand. But,
Yeah, I don't know. There was quite a few tracks, especially early on in the season, that I felt like I should have been faster and I wasn't. But and it's tracks that I know, you know what I mean. That
right.
I'm just, I don't know. I don't know, but like I said, it's turning around for sure. It's nice to obviously still don't qualify for shit, but
Well, I mean, what was it? Matt Kenseth never qualified for shit either, but
yeah, yeah. When he got a pole, man, he was surprised as anybody.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah, but
he was almost concerned when he got a pole because that usually didn't bode well for him in the race.
yeah, pretty much. Usually get taken out or blown motor.
Yeah, yeah. No, normally it's like if he qualified like 23rd, I think was the magic number. He qualifies 23rd. Better look out, Matt Kenseth's coming to town.
Right. Pretty much. Yeah. And then he got like really good at plate tracks, man. And then
I think part of that was a change of scenery, though.
well, no, because he won the 500 both times in the 17 car at Roush. So I mean, they had that, that
Yeah,
Yates
but
engine.
that was still on, I would say, the side of Roush not totally being belly up yet when he won
Yeah,
those.
yeah. The second
The
one though was
second
a
one
little
was
bit closer.
definitely, I would say that one was definitely more of a statement, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
The first one, no, that was just Roush Yates having phenomenal engines during that era. But
Hmm.
that second one for sure was a statement.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's of course I wish that wall off of two was about a foot to the right, but
Yeah, the problem. See, here's my theory on that. You would say you wanted a foot to the right, so we'd move it a foot to the right, and then you'd ask for it to be a foot to the right again, and next thing you know, it's over in the next damn county. That
pretty
just
much.
seems to be how some of those corners work. You always ask for more, and there's, all right, fine, we'll add more, and then you're just gonna run it differently, and then run out of room again. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
hate to say it,
Yeah,
but
and
I think it wasn't gonna work out.
yeah, right, no kidding. And this right here, that battle, man, with Clark. I'm sorry, Clark. I know I should have let you by sooner, but I was so pissed that 37 was just driving away from me that I wanted to race somebody on that high side. Finally, I just let you go, but um,
Well,
yeah,
sometimes too,
no.
it's like you get to that heat of the moment. You're like, I don't want to give this spot up. I don't want to give this spot up, and then you're like, all right, well, I've got 100 laps to go. Maybe I should, you know. All right, let him go. We'll get back to him.
Yeah, no, that was me just being an ass. I'm faster than you and I know it, but I'm gonna give you this spot because I can.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah, no. No, I was actually hoping that he would run down the 37 and then those two would start racing each other and allow me to catch back up. Because I mean, on new tires, like if I didn't have the control of the race, that 37 was gone. But
Right.
once I was able to start shifting and use that momentum from the high side, I mean, you could just see me sliding around. Once I was able to use that momentum from the high side, man, I could I could keep that 37 at bay, you know. Um, I mean, I'm just working the shit out of that wheel. That was the most fun on a short track I've ever had, though. Um, with the shifting and the throttle control and just keeping the damn thing straight. But I was definitely tired after that one. My arms were jelly.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I get that.
yeah,
Man,
but
you want to talk about arms and jelly? Just to, sidestep here a minute. Um, I hadn't run Project Cars in a while, and the whole Daytona, Rolex 24 going on this weekend got me in that, that itch of saying, all right, I want to do some, endurance racing, and I don't want to jump on iRacing because I hate some of those public rooms. I really do. It's just like a bag of cats. You never know what's going to come out the other end. So,
Yeah.
like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll pull up Project Cars. Haven't done it in a while, and I hadn't done it on the wheel in a while, and I forgot that I have Project Cars, the force feedback setting set to raw. And boy, that really makes iRacing's the tuning that I have on my force feedback on iRacing seem pretty wimpy. I was running around in one of those prototypes around Daytona for like an hour session or something like that. And when I was done, I'm just sitting there like, okay, I think I did my arm workout for today.
Right.
And of course, I go back and do another couple hour session, later in the day, just because I'm a glutton for punishment, apparently. But yeah, if you ever want to experience that, crank your wheel up. That'll fight back. That or it'll flip your desk.
Right. Trying to find this battle here between me and the 37 it lasted for, God, man, 50 some laps maybe.
Hey, made for good television.
Oh, absolutely. And I knew it, and I was loving it.
That's the thing. I mean, I would say this is probably one of the more exciting broadcasts we've had this season so far.
Yeah.
In terms of just the back and forth up front, especially. I mean, it was spot on awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was. And then, I know that the second time he got into me, because this would have been the second time, was this in this battle right here. I know that one was netcode, but it still didn't make a difference to me. He still put me on the damn wall. I felt the hit, I mean, I know there was feet in between us, but yeah, I don't know. I know that Nashville was pretty glitchy in that aspect with a lot of netcode, but yeah, no, as soon as I felt that hit and he put me into the wall, man, it was like a lap or two later, I caught right back up to him, and I just dove it in, I believe, turn one, and took the lead back, but yeah, no, it was a blast to go back and watch, but it was even more fun actually being in there and doing it. But
oh yeah, I always love running with somebody. Even if I'm at the back of the field having a less than stellar day, it's like as long as I've got somebody that I can try to pace myself with, either try to chase down or try to run with. It's like it's always more fun when you've got somebody to trade position back and forth, whether it's for the lead or for 12th. I mean, obviously for the lead's way better. I always like going for the lead, but it's
don't we all?
it's never fun being out there by yourself, or at least feeling like you're out there by yourself.
Right.
You get whatever your situation is, you end up just running around by yourself. Next car is a couple seconds ahead, car behind you is a couple seconds behind. You're just sitting there in your own little bubble and just going around the track. It's like whatever.
And then you start making mistakes because you're bored.
Yeah, exactly. You're not focused. You're not you're not spending as much time trying to hit your marks and try to gather speed, which you should be able to alone. You've got all the track you want. But your mind starts to wander about hey, what's for dinner, and maybe I need another beer or whatever.
Is this race done yet? How many laps left?
Damn, I should have used the restroom before we started this.
Oh God, man, don't even get me going on that.
Have made that mistake multiple times before, and I'm just sitting there, especially on these damn short tracks because the numbers are high. It's not that you're going any further; it's just the lap counters are higher. You're looking at the lap counter, you're like, "Fuck, I got 40 laps left. Damn, I got to."
And in all actuality, that's only like 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like it doesn't. It's not actually that long, but it's just mentally you're sitting there like, damn, I got 40 laps of this stuff, dude.
Yeah, that right there, man. That was another one. I mean, it was netcode for sure, man. But oh, dude, that was almost bad. He got me in the left rear. But no, man, that was, you know, I don't like the guy at all. Um, but that was a blast racing, with somebody. Um, while it was clean, anyways. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Um, yeah, he definitely kept me honest for those 50 some laps. Um, it was I made a couple mistakes, but it yeah, like I said, he kept me honest. I knew I was making him frustrated too, because he was riding around the bottom the entire time, or the second lane like there. Um, and I would just go up the hill, downshift, and hard off, and um, yeah, he couldn't touch me. If I could control the race, he couldn't touch me on old tires. Um, but on new tires, man, he would blow the doors off of anybody. And it even on old tires, he'd get out front, man, and he'd just walk away from you. You know, um, I mean, at one point after this little run that we did, um, there was the next run. Um, I mean, he was within, like, I think it was 15, 20 laps. He was 6 seconds ahead of me. And then I actually came over the radio to Clark, and I'm like, dude, this is freaking frustrating. Like, I don't know what the hell the deal is right now. And of course that was when that late caution came out or whatever. But
Right.
Yeah, man, well, like I said, it was a blast. I'll get to my little incident here, and we'll switch it on over to the trucks, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember what lap it was.
While you're looking for that, I will shout out Brighton for getting his second win this season. Being there, just keeping it clean and quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good,
Damn straight.
But yeah, no, that was a big one for him. It was very, I don't want to say entertaining, because I don't want to sound like an asshole, I guess, but it was very entertaining to watch anyways, and I don't mean it in a bad way. But it was very, very, from an entertainment standpoint, awesome to watch that finish. How just the chaos. I mean, it just reminded me of that night finish from Martinsville a couple years ago.
Yep.
Where it was just a pile up on
Yep.
on the front stretch.
Yep, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
From an entertainment value perspective, it had it. This race absolutely had it from an outside entertainment perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that wreck, I mean, it felt like a Talladega wreck. But yeah, so I mean, I'll do a.
Yeah, I would say the only thing missing from that was going upside down, honestly.
Yeah. No kidding. What? Of course, that's not going to be a good one. I mean, yeah, he got into the wall there a little bit, but so what I was trying to do was, I was trying to shut the door on him. Obviously, I mean, I had 30 some odd lap tires, older than their brand new ones, and I know that he hit the wall there, but he turned, left, and it just right into me, and it felt like I hit a brick wall, when he did hit me, and unfortunately it took out Clark too, but Clark was able to rally back.
Yeah, Clark, I believe, finished third.
Yes, he did. And right here, I'm coming over the radio. I don't care if I get a penalty. and Clark was quiet, and he knew that I was pissed. And yeah, but Yeah, I don't know. Short tracks bring out the asses in people. Okay, maybe that was a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah, it was a pretty
But
sizable lick from what I had saw.
yeah, it didn't feel that hard in the car. Maybe it's because I was smoking.
I was gonna say the tempers are probably
Yeah,
flaring there a bit.
that smoke's not from the car; it's from my head. But no, like I said, this race will definitely be, or this track will definitely be back on the schedule for sure. Just because of that multi-groove aspect of it. Hopefully it stays like that, honestly. Like I said, I don't know if it was, the conditions that made it good or if that's just how it really is. But all in all, man, that was a blast for sure. And then we'll go ahead and get that last lap calamity out of the way here, and then we'll switch it on over to the trucks.
Yep.
Poor Corey, man. He was bounced around like a damn pinball.
I was gonna say he got the bad end of a lot of these
Yeah.
incidents. It just seemed like.
Oh yeah, for sure. Of course, I mean, he was underpowered too, I believe. With especially with that front clip gone. But I know I had made a pass on him when he had that front clip gone as well early on. Of course, it's gonna stay on him. We'll do Jake's little incident there, of course. I want to watch this battle from the in-car.
Want to go for a ride?
Yeah. Alright, where's cockpit view? There it is. Actually, do we have a...
There should be gyro.
Yeah, there it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, there we go. I love this camera view, man.
Oh, I'm so
awesome.
glad they included it.
Yes. Yep. Now, that was partially on the 37. He got in black flag for a lane change. The 37 did. And so I can't believe he kept going, honestly, but he did. And then when he finally hit the brakes on the front stretch there, he was coming across the track. So I think it kind of made both of them move up a little bit, and then Jake just kind of ran out of room there with the wall coming up. But
Right.
had they not wrecked, man, that would have been an awesome finish, and I feel like it would have been a photo finish for sure.
It was looking so close.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because Jake would have gotten that run off the corner, and it would have been so close.
Yep.
But Mr. Tryhard there. From hero to zero.
Hey, you gotta give him props for trying there.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I would.
At the end, I mean, it's throw the gloves out the window. It's time to go get something.
Right. Pretty much too. Well, should we switch around to the trucks?
Yeah, we can get switched over to the trucks. That's gonna have some fun stuff over there. Get my damn windows all resituated.
Oh, and we also need to show the points too for both series.
Yes.
Don't let me forget that.
Easier said than done.
Right? I know Clark's been complaining about it.
Yeah,
We aren't.
Yeah, we're getting to the point though in the season where points matter. So
Uh-huh. Yep.
absolutely needs to be done.
Yep. This track, or this race, man, this one threw me for a loop. It, I cannot believe how loose the damn truck was. And then
it was much looser than anticipated, I would say.
Yeah.
Well,
And then
assuming you didn't hit the wall and then make it tight as a dump truck.
Yeah. But even that, after like 10 laps, man, it just snap on you out of nowhere.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
I
risk
dealt
was
with
still there.
that. Yeah, yeah. I know. I brought out a couple cautions, um, just from it. I mean, it just felt like a dump truck, and then all of a sudden, off of four, it just
Well,
snapped on
yeah,
me.
and I would say the a little frustrating was the iRacing cautions in this were
Yeah.
were far too sensitive. Like, I had at least one caution to my name where I actually spun. I want to say it was off of two, but it could have been off of four.
Hmm.
You know, got it spun around, didn't hit anybody, didn't hit anything, gets the car rearranged, grabs a gear, starts rolling, comes back up on track, and then it throws the caution.
Hmm.
Like,
It was off of two. I remember that. It was
yeah,
on the back.
like can't didn't hit anybody, didn't hit anything, didn't go backwards, didn't enter the racetrack sideways, nothing.
Hmm.
And I know that happened for multiple people, throughout the evening. Just you'd see them, one car spin either off of two or off of four, and you know, like, all right, great, we got past it, didn't hit anything, we're still going green, then all of a sudden caution, like half a lap later.
Hmm. Yeah.
So not sure what that was all about, but oh well.
Yeah. I don't know. Of course, it was, the day of an update, and,
Yeah.
it could have been bugs. It could have been anything, really. I don't think that, that track had been like that in the past, because I've done some official races there and whatnot, and never really had any issues about it. But, yeah, I don't know. It was a weird night for racing there, for sure. But, yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. We
For
had,
me, right from the start, this caution, I was involved in this. So maybe let's go take a look. I'm pretty sure I was involved in this first one. Yeah, I must have if I was on pit road.
yeah, right.
Yep, there's the smoke. Yeah, I remember this one. I had nowhere to go once this one started up. I was running the high side, just kind of like as you do, and Henrada goes down to the bottom and then pops back up before I can
Mm.
make an evasive maneuver back down.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
thankfully pit road was right there because engine was gone at that point, so I was just pretty much coasting it. I did
Oh,
get it to refire for a minute, but it killed itself again, so
yeah.
just drop her into neutral and coast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So a couple laps in, I was already consuming that one of two, thankfully, quick repairs.
Right.
So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and I think that was just a situation. Hanrada lost it on his own, and kind of like people were doing all night, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe how loose it was, um, in all honesty. And it wasn't like a constant looseness either. It was just like
No,
a sporadic looseness
it was
where
just all of a sudden. It was predictable, of course, on fresh cold tires. That's pretty typical, just
yeah.
of the environment. But yeah, you'd run 20, 30 laps, be just fine. Then all of a sudden, boom, you're fighting something like you ran over a bit of black ice.
Yeah, and once it started spinning, like it was game over. Like you couldn't save it. You know what I mean? And yeah, like you just said, it was like you had just hit some black ice, and then you were just along for the ride. Um, especially in these trucks, it's fairly easy for the most part, to catch a loose car or a loose truck. If you're in a four-wheel slide,
Yep.
but yeah, no, it 100% felt like black ice when you started sliding, or when it would hit you and bite you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was
But
just out of nowhere, never in necessarily the same spot,
mhm.
same situation or anything. It was not very predictable situation for really anybody that just spun it on their own. It was like you couldn't blame them for it, and half the time the caution would come out, and it's not that they were looking for a caution or trying to cause one. It's just caution. The caution system to that night was just overly sensitive.
Yeah.
for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. I don't really know. Like I said, the only thing I could think of was maybe it was just something to do with that update.
Yeah.
Um, but it's hard to say. It's iRacing. Love them, but you hate them.
Yep. But I
But
mean, I will say I did enjoy the track. I mean, what
yeah.
ignoring that portion of it, 'cause that's just part of the gambit. Um, but I enjoyed the track. I mean, I was expecting it to actually to be a little bit more high side centric, and it didn't work out to be that way. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I was probably middle lane more often than I was high line.
Yeah, and I was actually like half diamonding it. Um, at least
Yeah, but not all the for at least for me, not all the way to the bottom.
no, because that's where it would snap you.
Yep.
I noticed because there was just a little bit of, and it wasn't even like progressive banking. It was just like flat to slight banking, um, from the bottom to the second lane, I think it was, or whatever it was. But yeah, I mean, if you had a super super tight truck, like you just knocked down the damn wall 5 feet, um, you could pull that off for a couple laps, but then I think it would just heat up that right rear, and then it would just send you around. Um, but yeah, no, it. So yeah, I would kind of half diamond it. I would enter high, and then by the time I was exiting, I was for the most part straight off, and but I'd be down by that second groove, or second lane,
Right.
and you know once Clark and them got, I mean he controlled the race obviously, but it was a bitch to pass there.
Yeah, track
But
position was everything. That's actually end of the race. I can't remember what the lap was. Whenever it was that we pit, or whenever I pit and said, "All right, I'm good to the end on fuel," I still had my one quick repair and I believe 2 sets of tires left.
hmm
Like just the way that I had been, pitting, and I burned a set early on that uh, that incident because I forgot, because I was coming, blew the engine and I was just getting on pit road, and the last thing I checked was tires, so I took tires at that point. I'm like, well, I guess I took tires now, and starting from the back, so whatever.
right.
So I mean, there was a couple of stops I just took fuel only, just because I'm like, all right, I'm conserving tires. But by the time I got to the end of it, I'm just like, well, shit, I got these tires, but I don't want to go down and pit because track position's more valuable than the damn tires right now at the pace we're going.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's
And like that's how Senzi got a bunch of spots. Is he had brand new tires on that last restart, so like that's why we got all the way up to third. I think he restarted like sixth or seventh, I think, on that final restart.
mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's like unless you're Senzi or confident in your truck being not broken, I mean, it was like, all right, well, I'll give up 4 positions or 5 positions or something like that for tires, but I can only gain back 2 or 3, let's say, in the short run that we have, because I'm not a short run guy. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to play the gamble. I'm going to run my 40 lap old tires here for that last restart and see what I get.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I still had a quick repair by the time I parked myself, and I believe two sets of tires left, maybe one. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It was fun, but it was a lot more difficult to pass than I had anticipated. And it could have been just from people, sending it in there to where you couldn't really, dive bomb somebody,
Right.
enter them side by
I mean,
side.
yeah, right there, it's like, all right, if you push too far, you end up dooring the person to the outside, and both of you get in the wall, and now you're backing up. Like, that exchange right there obviously caused a caution. But, I mean, had that not been a 4 wide situation, they would have easily lost 3-4 spots just because of that.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, it's short track racing.
Right.
It's no different there than would be at Martinsville. Everybody's fighting for the top, just like everybody'd be fighting for the bottom at Martinsville. Um, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
not
just
not a whole lot of real estate to go around.
no. And I tell you what, man, the caution laps were so screwy here because it'd be like, I noticed a couple times I would actually miss pit road because um, it it would tell me that it's closed, and then I'd get to like just past the entrance to pit road, that little access road there.
Yep.
And then it would open, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, and it seemed like a few times, and I think this is why the stage break was a little weird. A few times it felt like the caution, it would add a lap or two than what would normally would do. Because I was anticipating that caution right before the stage. I was anticipating we were going to have like a 1, maybe 2 lap dash to the stage.
Yeah, absolutely. I was too, and Clark had actually come over the radio to me, and he was like, is this going to be the stage break? And I had told him no, thinking that we were going to have a couple laps, at least one, get up and go, and then come back around. But then yeah, we got 2 to green on, I think, lap 69, I believe, and that was at the end of that lap would have been the stage break. And then I just came over the radio again and said, dude, I'm sorry, man, that one's on me. I totally thought we were gonna at least have a lap. But I mean, and then not only that, like I noticed I had gotten a black flag at one point for no, sorry, it was an EOL for jumping into the pits. It said it was open, but it gave me an EOL for pitting on a closed pit.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that one, I'm like, whatever, I don't really care, but that one kind of irked me a little bit, and it's just like, it's green, guys, figure your shit out, iRacing. But yeah, it was just a weird night, man. Like I said, I hope that it was just because of that update, or patch, whatever the hell you want to call it. I hope that's all it was. I
hope this is not signs of what's to come. That's for sure.
No, because we've got our All-Star race in a couple of days, and
which if anyone hasn't seen it yet, off to Talladega now instead of Charlotte.
Yes, and thank you for reminding me that. I'm going to go ahead and change that on the schedule right now.
Yeah, not a problem.
Because I have been meaning to change that, and I totally forgot. But no, it's yeah, we've got quite a few big plans coming up for the All-Star race and beyond. Stuff that we're not gonna announce until day of. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a blast, I think. Hopefully we put on a good show for everybody. But
well, I mean,
yeah.
it's Talladega, so I mean, you're gonna see a nice show, that's for sure. Now,
well, yeah, maybe. I can go one further for you on that one and say it's Talladega. We can put on a crapshoot of a show and just pace the entire time.
I suppose that's true too. But here's the thing: if as a spectator you tune in to watch Rex, that is a very distinct possibility.
That is very true. That is very, very true.
Especially when no points are on the line. It is just pure bragging rights, essentially. And then other than the one stage in the middle of it, I mean, it's just race or
Yep.
try not to crash. One or the other.
Right. No kidding. Yeah. It's I think, like I said though, it's gonna be good. One way or another, it's gonna be good. Um, I have been struggling to just keep my mouth shut about it, man. Because I am really excited to get it going and and whatnot. But no, yeah, it's gonna be a blast for sure.
Yep, I
Um,
already got the paint booth busy. That's for sure. We'll be bringing out a couple of nice cars for that, just for the fact that we don't get to run for bragging rights all the time. Normally it's for points, and so why not? Why not have some fun with it?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think there's quite a few people that have been busy with paint schemes, and they've looked phenomenal so far. I
The paint schemes all season have been fantastic.
absolutely,
Like,
absolutely,
and that's why I was so pissed earlier in the season when I was struggling with trading paints for whatever reason, was not liking the Xfinity cars for me. Worked fine on the trucks and everything else, but Xfinity cars, don't know what it was. Had technical support helping out. They couldn't figure out what it was. I ultimately ended up, a couple of different tick boxes I was playing around with and uninstalling and reinstalling, so it's finally working and stuff. But, I mean, you've got I think in the entirety of our truck field here tonight, everybody's running a custom scheme, and most of the schemes aren't even based on a real world truck or car.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, there's a lot of creative talent in the field, just from a design perspective, whether it's themselves or somebody else that's painting for them. But it's like the fact that drivers are taking pride in their trucks and getting either a scheme built for them or doing it themselves, and running it every week. I just love it.
absolutely. It's I've got to give Ed a shout out, man, because he killed it on two of my paint schemes, or
Mm-hmm.
my BRP series paint scheme and also the truck.
Well, I
Um,
mean, not to mention Ed himself runs a pretty solid truck too,
oh yeah,
and it
absolutely.
changes weekly.
Yes, it does. I've been talking to him off and on for the past few days now, and I know that he has been just swamped with paint schemes right now. Um, but no, man, um, I think that out of the two, the truck paint scheme is probably my favorite. It's got that gradient um, fade to it a little bit, but no, man, they're both just freaking phenomenal. I showed my boss, and he got all giddy, and then yeah, he absolutely loves them too. So, and that's really, god dang, I got loose there. Holy crap!
Still saving it. Still up.
Still,
Nope.
oh, that was the one. Yep,
That was the
yep,
one you didn't save. You had another one earlier that I was behind you for, very
yeah,
similar to that, and you saved it all the way down into one.
I did. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yep.
Yeah, it just finally, man, it just snapped. You can only overcorrect it so many times before you're doomed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's.
But yeah, I don't know though, man. Um, this race honestly was not as fun.
Maybe
Especially
not for you, but that's for sure.
not for me. Hell no, not for me. Obviously, for more than one reason. But um, no, man. I don't know. I thought it was going to suit my driving style, and in the past it did, has. Um, you know, but yeah, I don't know. It just did not at all. I was also hoping that it was going to start to transition to night, which would have helped, I think, with the looseness. But It
Well,
didn't.
I was going to suggest that, so not to call you out on this, but when we had the lobby fiasco,
Yeah.
and we were scrambling to get a new lobby going, I was about to suggest, hey, kick it back an hour because I did some light testing when I was messing around with some paints
Hmm.
with the time setting that the original lobby was set for, and that's when I discovered it was going to be this bright for most of the race. Um, but didn't get that request in until after the new lobby was finally put up.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It it is what it is. It's past. It's in the past now.
I mean, I still had fun with it. I was too hoping that we would end up transitioning to night here at this track. I like this track at night, but
Yes, absolutely.
I guess live and learn will likely see this track return. So
Yeah.
in some capacity, so we'll just know for future to tweak the time a bit.
Yeah, and I actually had tweaked the time a little bit. Normally I just either do noon, afternoon, evening, night. Those are like the four that I do. But I actually put in a specific time, um, hoping that it wouldn't be like full bore night, but start to be towards the end of the race. And it just didn't really work out. But um, yeah, like I said though, you live and learn, and um, it was fun race for some of it. I guess I don't know, man. I'm call me butthurt, call me a sore loser. I don't give a shit. I
Call you a hothead.
I did. Well, that's nothing new. You've known me for how long? You should know this by now.
Yeah. Well, so the incident when it all happened, I missed the what brought out the caution because I was so far back,
Yeah.
and then I pit under the caution just by strategy's sake, and then I missed
Hmm.
the fireworks on track, and I got Brandon in my ear, my teammate, just saying, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "What am I missing?" Because then the next thing I hear is the two of you all key up on the mic, going back and forth at each other, and I'm just like, I clearly have missed something here. By either being at the back and being on pit road, or some combination of the two.
Yeah. Yeah. I, I've been really good about keeping my composure in races. Um, and maybe it was just kind of on both parties, myself and Corey. Maybe it was just a little bit of resentment from the night before, because obviously, and watching the replay there from the BRP series, he got into or knocked around like a pinball. I didn't realize that at the time. I just knew of the incident I had with him, but you know, it could have been that. I don't know. It could have been anything, honestly. But yeah, I don't normally lose my shit um, like that, let alone 2 nights in a row. Um, and I think that's why I'm okay with the 2 week break. Um, Obviously, you ask me night of, I'm gonna, especially at Charlotte, like you guys want to know one that will sting for me. It is my fucking home track. And I knew it after the I left it up to the admins, you and Clark and Hanrada, and then you had showed the rule book and whatnot, and then I looked at the schedule to see which one I was gonna miss, and I'm like, oh, fucking A, man, that sucks. But yeah, so I shot myself in the foot with that one. Dover, yeah, it's gonna suck to miss 2 in a row for both series. But if I had to choose one of the two, it'd be Dover over. Charlotte.
Yeah, you,
You
you
know,
are not a fan of Dover on iRacing. I know that.
I love it, man, and I do love it. I do. I really do. It's just the starts and the restarts, man. And it's not even like my ability or lack thereof um, that has me always worried about it. It's the competitors. You know, whether it's in an official lobby, hosted lobby, a league. You know, obviously ASMR has not been there yet for that reason, honestly. Um, but you know, it's just the tire spin, the wheel spin. There is it doesn't matter what gear you start in. You know, obviously if you start in fourth, you're not going to spin the tires until you hit top end there. But
You won't spin the tires, but you'll also be a half a lap down.
yeah, absolutely. You know, but like, you know, I mean, you can start in second, you're going to spin them. Even if you have the best throttle control ever, you're going to spin them. You can start in third, and it may take off just fine, but then once you get ready to hit fourth, if you don't short shift, you're gonna spin them. You know, there's just zero traction on that track for taking off with the torque. um, you know, and like I said though, I do love that track. Absolutely, 100% love that track. You know, I can be fast there as well as save fuel. You know, and clutch it into the corners, you know, whatever. But uh, yeah, man, there is just zero grip on them starts and restarts, you know. And I'm sure it's that concrete surface, you know. I don't know. I feel like iRacing would be pretty realistic about this, where you you know, you lay down that rubber and then under caution, you know, you pick it back up, and that may be the issue. I don't know, maybe that would actually make sense, but yeah, man, you know, like I said, you know, it's just they are brutal, and it does not. All it takes is that one person either not paying attention or um, that doesn't have the ability, I guess, to um, take off safely. I don't really know how to put that, but
Well,
uh,
they get caught off guard, either not ready for it or unaware of it, and
yeah,
just either, I'd say run out of talent to catch it, or just, make the wrong decision, I guess, trying to fix it.
yeah, you know, and but all it takes is this, you know, those two things to have a pile up before turn one.
Oh,
You know,
easily.
and I've seen it. I've seen it on iRacing. You know, that's why I don't race there. You know, I do love going there. Like I said, I do love going there and racing there or running there. Um, you know, and if it's one of those races that you're pretty confident that it's going to go green the entire time, I think you're golden.
Right.
In all honesty, you know. But if there's a lot of cautions, I mean, you know, might be able to get away with one. Um, you know, but once you, especially towards the end, I think it's going to be a crapshoot if there's a late caution and it um, has, you know, just restart after restart, because you know, not only is the um, intensity amplified because it's towards the end of the race, you know, it's time to go. Well, okay, well, how's the best way to gain positions? Restarts, right? So you're going to try and push it a little bit more, and then what's going to happen? You're gonna slide your tires, you're going to wheel spin, whatever, and then you're going to be pulling a me because you're pissed off because you got wrecked. You know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Exactly.
yeah, no, you know, especially towards the end of the race, you know, maybe it might be okay in the beginning, um, but yeah, and honestly, man, you know, I'm probably hyping this up a lot worse than what it actually is going to be, um, at least for the trucks, because I want to say the trucks weren't as bad. Obviously,
Well,
they
the
don't have any
trucks go
power.
to Milwaukee.
That is true. I'm looking at the wrong schedule here.
So trucks
Never
will be at
mind.
the Milwaukee Mile that week. Also, concrete, I believe. Actually,
Maybe.
no. Maybe not.
I want to say that one is asphalt, but it's an older asphalt, I believe. I could be wrong though. I don't know.
Or is
I haven't.
the Milwaukee Mile? Does it have the concrete corners? I don't remember. Maybe I'm just thinking of something else. I don't know.
Honestly, couldn't tell you. All I know is I have
Uh,
not. I've been there once on iRacing, and it was in the Wayland Modifieds.
Guy
Um,
used to tear that up in '05.
hmm But other than that, I haven't been on it since '05.
Ah, yep.
you know.
I think it is asphalt. I just did Google images or
Okay.
Google Maps or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's probably another one I'm a little bit butthurt to miss, honestly. But
That one I'm kind of looking forward to. That one should be fun.
yeah, yeah, I I don't know. It's gonna be one of those things. I just I don't have any advice for anybody there. Like I said, and same with Clark. You know, none of us have been on it since 2005 Chase for the Cup.
Right.
Controller. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I know that there and New Hampshire are obviously very similar. I feel like Milwaukee's a little bit wider in the corners, but I think it's also a bottom feeder track. Um, at least in the Waylands it was, if I remember correctly. Um, and it's very, very loose off the corner as well, I believe. Or it's tight off the corner and loose on entry. I don't remember which, but obviously different cars too. So, um, yeah, I don't know. No clue.
Yep.
We shall see. It's going to be an interesting week that week.
Yeah,
But
that it will. But hey, it'll be fun to drive and fun to watch. I think.
yeah, yeah, like I said, it's gonna be fun to watch. Um, hopefully there's not a whole lot of cautions. I know that this race was kind of brutal, um, because it just there was you were running and then running and running and running and all of a sudden you look at you're under caution, you look at how many laps are left and you're just like, oh my god, there's still 70 laps left. you know
I was thinking just that. I was especially at the end when we started getting just kind of cautions, breeding cautions there, because we had a solid green flag run honestly in the center of this race.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It
we
was
did, and
surprisingly nice.
we almost went green the entire time there.
Yep.
And I was one of the ones I believe that stayed out, and then the caution came out probably 5 laps before I was going to pit. um, but no, after the incident between myself and Corey, um, it's funny because when I parked myself, I didn't realize exactly how many laps were left. There was you know, it felt like 20 laps left. I don't remember the exact count, but it's just that cautions breeding
There was
cautions
a
thing.
few more left than that, I thought.
There may be. I don't remember.
Yeah, 138. And there's a 165 lap, 68, something like that.
Oh yeah, it was 30 laps.
Yeah, yeah, we had 30 laps to go, and gosh, that
Yeah,
30 laps took a while. It felt like
it did too, man. And I just sat there. I wasn't watching the race. I wasn't doing anything, man. I just sat there.
steamed.
Like I was just so fucking heated. Um, I didn't get up from my chair. I just literally just sat there staring at my truck on pit road.
Well,
Now, yes, there was a lot of bickering going on also. But yeah. Yep. And I knew I should have expected it too because he said he was going to do it. And I hope that he watches this, because when I got into him, um, from my point of view, it did look like, when I came over the radio and said I'm not gonna play these, whatever I said, the teammate, let your teammate in game or whatever. Um, yeah, and nobody had any warning either, man. I was completely quiet there. Um, but
And that's I think about the point where Brandon, I'm on pit road. I
yeah,
think when all this went down. Let's see if I want to see where I was on pit road at the time. Yeah, so this is all going down. I'm just blissfully unaware of what's going on as I'm on pit road. I see you speed by. I figure, okay, you're trying not to get a closed pit entry or whatever. And I don't see any of this because of the damn pit wall.
yeah, yeah. But no, like I was saying though, it, I didn't mean to get into him, by any means. When I get why he did it now after talking with Clark, because believe it was Dave threw it into the corner on the restart, and
Dave was up front there, yeah.
Yeah, so he was afraid that, according to Clark, he was afraid that he was gonna get doored into the wall or whatever, and so he checked up. But to me, it looked like he stopped. You know what I mean? Like I was going, it felt like 20 mile an hour faster than them going into the corner before we hit our braking points, And so yeah, I mean, I got into him, and I was hard on the brakes, as much as I could without locking them up, obviously. But yeah, no, it's to me it looked like, obviously the top is where you want to be, so he's letting his teammate in. That's kind of what it looked like to me. So then I got past him, and then, of course, I'm a little heated anyways, because obviously I thought that, that's what was going on. And then, yeah, he's like, don't worry, I'll get back to you. I'll get you. And he did. He did. He drove right through me. And I guess he had told Clark that he didn't mean to do that. He meant to just kind of get me loose, but
I think it was the classic situation of everybody, ratcheting up rather than trying to meet the level, trying to exceed the level of the other person, kind of one-upping each other. And I think it just, both sides, it got out of hand. He didn't intend to wreck you. He just probably intended to, get you squirrely into the corner just to be like, hey, I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
And then, water falls down from there. So
pretty much. Yeah. But, I mean, I'll reach out in a couple of days. I plan to anyways, and what he does with it, it is on him at that point, obviously I wanted to hash shit out that night, but I don't think either one of us were in our right minds to hash it out. So yeah, I don't want to lose him as a competitor by any means.
He's fantastic on track. I personally have had no run-ins in with him, and he runs me hard but clean when I do run him. Yeah. So I mean, I've got no problems with him as an on-track competitor.
No, not as an on-track competitor. It's just his mouth, honestly. Yes. If he would have just said, hey man, I was just letting him in, or I wasn't just letting him in. I thought he was going to door me, we would have been good. I would have gave him the position back, honestly, but, and I get it, I used to be like that too. Hell, I still am, honestly, but not as bad, I guess, anymore. But I used to be like that too, and person says one wrong thing, man, it's boom, you instant see red. But yeah, I don't know, it is what it is. But Yeah,
Gonna have to write Toro on the back of your truck next.
right? I'm gonna break out that chrome bumper.
Yeah, something at least.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I know that Clark's been talking with him, and um, Brighton has as well. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I get it. It's short track tempers. Um, obviously, I get it. I did it too. But you know, yeah. But anywho, so um, both of us were wrong for the BRP series picks.
Because I don't think anybody picked. Well, I know neither of us picked BRP correct,
Mm-mm.
and I don't believe either of us picked Clark.
Yeah.
So
Nope. My pick for the BRP series didn't even show up, so
yeah,
I was pretty upset about that one.
can't win if you don't play.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so um I don't know. I guess
I mean, I guess really we don't need to make picks points paying wise because it is only just the All Star race this week.
yeah, pretty much.
So it is, and it's Dega. That's the other.
Yeah,
That's the other. That's the other thing.
exactly.
So
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just go out on a limb here. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick a driver I think is gonna win at the All-Star race.
all right,
I think Mr. Brian Tarnowski gets that win.
all right. You see the everybody's got an equal chance when it comes to Dega plate tracks really.
That's right. And I do like an underdog story. So
All right, if the theme is going underdogs here, let's go with Mr. Dave Gage. He's been quiet this season. Definitely
there you
getting
go.
better as time has gone on, but I have yet to see him on a. Did we not? Was he? I can't remember now. Was he actually at the plate race at the start of the season?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, I didn't
Uh,
think so, but
yeah, no, he mainly did truck series when he first joined. Um, but yeah, he just recently started running both. So, but yeah, no, I'd be a pretty solid pick too.
yeah, I mean, good old gotta love the underdog stories when it comes to Dega. I mean, because everybody's got that shot. The draft, the unknown of the big one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
take your pick a storyline, but either way it can go.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, but yeah, so we'll go on to Wednesday,
Yeah,
get the All-Star
trucks are
race going.
off on Thursday. Everybody that's in the truck series though is welcome to the All Star race on Wednesday.
Yep,
They are running the Xfinity cars. Uh,
it'll be 67 laps. I think what we're gonna do is 100% fuel, so it'll be a little bit different. But you still have to make one pit stop, I believe. Um, but
and
yeah,
there
all
will
the
be
other
a stage halfway through, so really there should be no need for green flag pit stop calamity,
right,
which
unless
will
you
help with the pack racing. Is the idea. Yeah,
yes,
we want to have fun with pack racing. We don't want to be dealing with green flag pit stops on this because it's not for points, it's not for strategy, it's just for fun.
yes, absolutely. So, but yeah, no, it's gonna be fun for sure. Um, and yeah, I can't wait for it. I've been ready for it since I think what was it, Wednesday of last week? So
Yeah, Wednesday night or Thursday night, whenever we were talking about it, saying, hey, let's maybe, as much as we don't like changing the schedule part way through the season, just for the sake of the fact that we're bringing everybody together under one race and just have some fun, and we're gonna both series go to Charlotte already anyway for this year.
yeah.
Let's just
And in all honesty, like the way I had it set up, the All-Star race was going to be the same distance as the Charlotte race was going to be.
right. So
So
it's just been
same amount of laps. Like it would have been 200 laps there for the BRP series,
yeah.
within 2 weeks. So, um, but nope. Like I said, um, we've it'll be fun for sure. So, be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of surprises coming up. So, but other than that, oh yeah, you didn't remind me. We need to show.
Yes, we need to do points. I was just gonna bring up
Make
the
our points leader happy so he can stop
so.
floating.
All right. Let me go pull up the points here. All right, so we've got the BRP series points. Let's just close that. There we go. So there you go, Clark. You happy? You're on top.
Yeah, I took a massive hit here. Went from second to eighth. So, but luckily I got that win. But yeah, Clark and Brighton are the only two that's got multiple wins.
Yeah, Brighton sitting down there, 9th place, moved up 3 spots with that win this week. So,
yep, absolutely.
Yeah, obviously locked into the show already with just at least the 1 win, but 2 wins that puts him second place in the reseed right now.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's what is their team? All American Motorsports putting on a clinic.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't have the team points updated to include the this week, but they were kind of walking away with it there before. So this is definitely going to extend their lead a bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then
over to the trucks.
Trucks.
So hey, I've pulled up into second. Got the most top 10s and the most laps complete in the series, so I'll take that as Mr. Consistency.
Nice. There you go.
Who was that? What, Mark Martin?
Yep. Mark Martin and Matt Kenseth, both Mr. Consistent.
Yep.
More so Matt Kenseth, but yeah.
Difference is Matt Kenseth's won a championship. I'd prefer to win a championship.
Right.
Granted, I need to win a race first, I think. I guess technically you don't have. So we did see in the Truck Series this last year, you don't have to win a race to win the damn championship.
That's right.
Under this format,
right.
So.
Very true.
But it definitely helps having a win.
Oh yeah.
Especially at the right time.
Yep.
So. If I gotta pick a time to win only once, it better be that last race of the season.
Right. You got the most laps completed too.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was most top 10s and most laps complete.
Yeah.
So, keeping her consistent.
That's right.
But the team points actually is a lot closer battle in the Truck Series. Again, I think I think my team's gained a little bit over this last week, having a 4th and 5th place finish over, I think it was Black Nagata that we're racing with. But going into this weekend, we only had a 12-point lead over them in the team points. So that is going to be a weekly duel I think, down to the end.
Yeah, most likely.
But there you go, Clark. You happy now? You got to see points. You got to see your name at the top of the podium there on a broadcast, other than winning.
Right. No kidding.
And if it makes you any happier, Clark, here, I'm gonna hit play again. So that way we can go see you do a burnout.
Shouldn't have anything to complain about.
Oh, I'm sure he'll figure out something.
Oh yeah, he will.
He'll bother you for something. Don't worry.
Pretty much. But yeah.
Yeah,
So other than that, I think that'll pretty much do it for us.
I believe so. Yeah, into the All-Star week. Just one race this week, just for fun, and
Yeah.
kind of our last little break before really the run all the way into the championship. I believe. I don't think there's anything else that's going to break up the calendar until then.
No.
So
Yeah. Trucks that have what? Have a week off, I guess.
I mean, officially they have a week off just because of the All-Star race.
Yeah.
But I mean, I believe most people are going to be joining in on the festivities this week. So,
Yeah.
but as far
Oh,
as after that, it is a run all the way, I think, to the end of the season, really,
Yep. Absolutely.
where we crown a champion in Homestead on May 20th.
Yep. May 19th, May 20th.
Well, that'll be a blast. But
Yeah.
yeah, plenty of racing though before the playoffs. Plenty of time to either make the show or miss the shows. So that's why we run them.
Yep.
But
Pretty much.
all right,
But-
well I think that's gonna do it for this episode of the ASMR Pit Pass.